We're here at Galpin Honda, and it's Trade-In Tuesday, and today's, oh, it's so good. It's a Dodge Magnum. This is one of the greatest byproducts of the Daimler-Chrysler merger, when American automaker Chrysler joined forces with Daimler, the parent company of Mercedes-Benz. This is basically a Mercedes-Benz E-Class turned into an American car with American tastes. And come around back right here. This is what I was hoping for. That means it's got the Hemi V8, which means we're gonna have a great day. Look around this thing. Sun fade, but doesn't look too bad. It's got a sunroof. Oh, classic faded headlights. Pretty much all the plastic headlights from this era faded. But the proportions are what makes this so cool. Oh, ooh, that Hemi bag, yeah. You remember those commercials, those Dodge commercials? Hemi, We're gonna enjoy that today. Beautiful long roof. Let's do this thing. Come on, let's go. 2005 Dodge Magnum. This is the first model year of the Magnum. This was in a family of cars that came out to take over from the Dodge Intrepid and Chrysler 300M. That family of cars includes, let's fire up this engine. Not bad, not bad. Includes the Charger, the 300, the Challenger, and then this, and I consider this kind of the rare crown jewel of them all because it's the one that went away in 2008 with a 2008 only refresh. It's worth adding. And the Magnum. This is the rare one. And in Europe, they actually took this wagon and put the Chrysler 300 grille on it, so it was looking like a luxury wagon. Wow, this thing is long. My God, I look in that mirror and it just keeps going and going. This thing's 21 years old and it feels every bit of it in terms of like the way things have held up. I mean, the dashboard, I mean, look at this. In case you want to take your dash vent with you, look at that. It just comes right up because this foam, this top layer has just basically, yeah, look at that. It's just kind of softened. And then look at that, it's upside down. The grill, that whole thing is upside down. How much you want to bet the AC does not work? Let's see. It has to work, right? You can't live it. Oh, that's blowing cubes.
Yeah, that's good. I can't adjust it, but it's good.
All right, we're blowing cubes. We got a V8. Okay, I'm not sure these are quite working. No, this vent doesn't work. This one doesn't either. I don't think the top's, oh wait, hold on.
We're on foot.
Well, that'll do it. We're back in business, folks. All right, we're cooking. All right, we got a V8 engine. We got no gas, so we'll keep it short. It's not blowing cubes. That's not blowing cubes.
That's less than cubes.
No, this is blowing heat. We're not open. Oh, well, we don't get a choice. It's automatically open. Does it close? How much you want to bet this won't close? Oh.
That's closed.
Oh, I wonder why it was open. Power windows? Let's do a power window check. Yes. We got all power windows. This thing is crushing it. Oh yeah. Wow, that's a buttery smooth motor. Wow, that's nice. All right, the AC does not work, so we don't have that going for us. We do have power windows. The engine's really smooth, and I was gonna say the ride is smooth, but it's soft, but it's not smooth. There's just a lot of clunk, 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 clamp on it. This is a trade-in. Someone traded in their car for something here at Galpin Honda, and so this thing's well used. There's a lot going on under this car, suspension-wise. It probably needs to be tightened up a bit. You have a brake light on, for whatever reason. This is a foot brake. Oh, that'll do it. Really nice engine, very smooth power delivery. This, I think, would be the Mercedes A580 5-speed automatic. This is actually a great pairing. The Hemi engine, great engine. This is a really stout automatic transmission. So the powertrain on this thing is great. Everything around it, though, falls apart. And this era of Daimler-Chrysler product was known for that. They were known for decent powertrains and just poor interior quality that just didn't hold up. This was an era of Chrysler where they instituted this concept called MCMs. That was called Material Cost Management. And that was right around the recession. Daimler-Chrysler basically told Chrysler, we need you to pull as much pull as much cost out of this car as possible. So they did this thing called Material Cost Management, which really turned their interiors into really hard, really terrible interiors. This is definitely not as bad as things got later. I gotta say, overall, the first drive, let me get a little gas in here. The powertrain is really nice. The ride, because of, I don't know, the wheelbase and the spring rates, is smooth. It's kind of a nice car to drive. Distance to empty, 2 miles. We're playing with fire right there. $6.30. Shoot. This thing probably gets about 14 miles a gallon. $10 gets me like 20 miles. That's not good. I'm gonna put a 10 spot in here. Oh, what? What is going on here? What is a fill spout? Hilarious. Again, this era of Daimler Chrysler was known for being some of the lowest quality when it came to just cutting costs. So that's why when you look at bad paint, yellowing headlights, you look at all the weather stripping just all cracking, I'm not even slightly surprised. You know how you have to push on these? It's not making it easy.
Yeah, it's not helping, huh?
Wow, oh God. Dollar sign keeps going up. Only done 1.3 gallon, oh no. Oh, you forget it, that's it. I just want to do a quick walk around before we keep driving. That looks like a new taillight. Looks really nice, actually. Or maybe they're both just held up, so that's nice. Here is the trunk. Very big, look at all this room. It's awesome. And looks like there's a false floor. That's very low. Oh, and there's even, wow, it keeps going. Whoa, there's a whole spare tire under there. Look, there's the battery. This is huge. This is freaking massive. There's a doll in here. Mina Ashido, My Hero Academia, 790. Is that like a?
I think that's just which model it is. But that's got to be factory, right? A factory option?
I don't even know what this is. Funko. I don't know. Maybe someone in the comments knows what this is. We also have this camera in here. We'll see if we can get this back to whoever traded this in. This is their property.
Honestly, that Funko Pop's probably worth more than the camera.
Really?
Oh, the Funko Pops are huge collectibles.
What? Really?
Yeah. And My Hero Academia is a big anime.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm unk. I don't know any of that. This is awesome. Tons of room. You know, to be honest, the Dodge Magnum was always one of my favorite cars growing up. I think the wheels look great. The overall profile looks great. It's practical. It's got a nice Hemi engine in it. Let's keep rolling. Look at those big disc brakes. This thing's, it's got it. It's got it all, folks. Fire up this motor. Boston Premium Audio. Let's see how good this thing cranks. Griffin's favorite song.
There's nothing better.
Take it away, Griffin.
Maybe.
I love my dog.
I cannot believe Wonderwall came on. Okay, enough of that. Audio system's pretty good, actually. For all of you Wonderwall listeners, you will be impressed. Anyway, the motor is now warmed up. We have some fuel. Let's see if this thing pulls. We've got about 300, I think 350. Let's give it a little bit more warmth here. I want to make sure the coolant temp's up. This is going to be someone's car. I want them to be happy with it. I'm trying to do a freaking crazy watt pull on it. Watt means watt open throttle. We're going to do another round. The ride is nice and comfy, really nice powertrain. So far, in typical Daimler Chrysler fashion, an otherwise nice and lovely car has been destroyed by poor interior quality. It's a cool car, it's practical, it's big, it's got a V8, and then you get inside and it's freaking Fisher Price up in this thing. Come on. If you have a Dodge Magnum and you want to keep it in good condition, you have to keep it in like a freaking climate controlled like humidor or whatever. All right, here we go. We're warmed up. Oh, she gets going. She gets moving. Again, I'm not trying to go too crazy with this, someone's car. That is a really nice engine. That Hemi, really nice. And this 5-speed is great. It probably does 0 to 60 in like in the low 6s, which at the time was really something. This is a great trade-in. You know, if you could pick one of these up for cheap and you could find one whose interior hadn't been, you know, turned into molten magma, then I would say just do it, because it's the engine, the transmission, it's a great combo. And I bet if you had some straight pipes, this engine would sound really good. Yeah, the Magnum, did it live up to my expectations? Yes, actually, I really like this thing. I really, really like it.
Yeah, I smell that.
I know what that smell is. I smelled it a lot in my day. That's burning oil. So there's definitely an oil leak situation going on here. As long as we don't smell smoke. See smoke. You see smoke?
I'm not seeing smoke.
All right, it's small oil leak, maybe the rear main seal or something. Let's have a look at that motor. Want to take a look at that motor?
Let's gander at the motor.
All right, let's gander at the motor. All right, maybe she'll lift. The mighty Hemi. Yeah. Get ready to see the magnificent Hemi. Hemi! That thing is really idling nicely, singing. Here, let me give her a little rev for the kids at home. You know, here's my thing. It sounds a little sewing machinist, doesn't it? A little
bit.
But go out back, go to the exhaust. There's a little something. When it comes off the rev, you can hear a little burble, and that is what this thing needs. It needs a better exhaust, because it wants to sing. Just listen to the little burble, only when it comes off the rev. Right? There's a little something,
yeah,
little resonance
that's
there.
great.
That's what it needs, a little more of that. Anyway, the Dodge Magnum, a fantastic trade-in, 21 years old, kind of one of the children of the Daimler Chrysler merger, and I would say one of the best children that came from that, frankly, horrible marriage. Interior quality on pretty much every car during that era was terrible, and you see it here. But that Mercedes-sourced transmission and that American Chrysler-sourced Hemi V8, it doesn't get better. Those two create magic. So that's it, the Dodge Magnum, a wonderful machine and a great trade-in.